your boy who is Hendo, and we back. Today we're going to be doing this video I came across. Wanted to check it out. It's the top 10 non-MVP seasons of all time. Basically, you know what I'm saying, they had phenomenal seasons, but for some reason, I know 06 Kobe on here. I already know he on here. 06 Kobe is on here for sure. But yeah, I know LeBron 2012 season where Derrick Rose won it. I know that's on here too. But yeah, this is the top 10 non-MVP seasons of all time. Let's check it out.
List. Each player only gets one spot on the list, so I will only rank a player's best season in which he didn't win the MVP award. This should give a nice variety to the list and make the video a bit more interesting because otherwise 80% of this list would be made up of just two players. Also, these are the honorable mentions of the greatest non-MVP seasons that didn't make the list.
Okay.
Let me know which one.
You see what I'm saying? Kobe 03. LeBron 17, which I don't think, no. LeBron should not have won the, no. Shaq 01, Kobe 03, Garnett 03, you got Jordan, you got LeBron in 08. LeBron was great. Got LeBron 14, that's when he was Miami. So I think that's the year that Derrick Rose won. You got Bird 87, Wilt 63. You got Jordan up here so many times, bro. Kobe should be up here way more than just once though. Like 03 Kobe. You got well, I know 06 Kobe gonna be on here. You got yeah, 03. You got Dirk year, the 07. The 03, that was Tim Duncan. That was the year Tim Duncan won it. But the Dirk year, that should be in here too. I think that's 07. Yeah, 07 Kobe. That definitely should be here. 07. 07 Kobe should definitely be on here.
These had the best case to make it into the top 10. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number 10, Dwayne Wade in the 08 to 09 season. LeBron James won the MVP award this season thanks to his team's superior record. Not only was Wade's campaign the second best season overall that year, but it was also the best season of Wade's career from an individual standpoint, as he put up all-around monstrous numbers.
I said this, bro. I said 08, 09. Only reason why LeBron won is because his team had the best record and he had some great stats to go along with it. But D Wade and I believe Dwight Howard had just as good or even better all-around numbers.
Of 30.2 points, 7.5 assists, 5 rebounds, 2.2 steals, and 1.3 blocks on 49.1% shooting. Wade was the
and Wade led in scoring too that year. Yep, there you go, scoring champ.
NBA scoring champion that season while maintaining his elite efficiency. He was also a dominant force on defense as he finished on the NBA's second all-defense team. But I would actually argue that he should have been on the first team, as Wade's 1.3 blocks was good enough to have him finish in the 16th spot among all players. And he was the only guard in the entire league to make the top 20.
I think him or Mike might be the greatest guard shot blockers of all time. Him or Mike. Then I'll probably put Kobe. Because he has the most, Wade got the most blocks all time for a guard. Or it might be Michael. It might be Michael and then Wade and then Kobe. Which those three greatest shooting guards of all time anyways. But D Wade was probably, in my era, the best guard shot blocker. He was so athletic and he could get back on defense. He was always blocking somebody's shot.
2.2 steals were second overall among all players as well. Statistically, there's very few aspects where Wade didn't dominate on the court. It comes as no surprise as the 27-year-old was still in his prime in terms of his speed and athleticism. He would have seriously challenged LeBron for the award if it wasn't for his team's 43-39 record that season, which held his case back regardless of his individual prowess. Number 9, James Harden in the 18 to...
And personally, I think that's straight bullshit, bro. I think if you at least, bro, if you at least 5 to 10 games over 500, bro, like record, bro, that has to do with your team success, bro, not you as a player. And I'm not saying give it to the nigga that is 32 and 50 and something, but if somebody in the playoffs, bro, or like a 43 and 39 record, you know what I'm saying? I understand the 66 win record is cool, but we talking about the best individual player, the most valuable player. Which LeBron, I can't say he wasn't. LeBron was very valuable to that team. But D Wade had a better season, bro. Like just go look at the numbers. D Wade had a better season, bro. Like I watched that year. That was peak D Wade on both ends of the floor.
19 season. As many of you already know, he narrowly and controversially lost this award to Giannis despite having one of the most dominant scoring seasons of all time, as he put up a league-leading 36.1 points, 7.5 assists, 6.6 rebounds, and 2 steals on 44.2% shooting. Let me give you a couple of facts to...
And that's the same shooting percentage that Kobe has. But don't nobody call him a shot chucker or he can't shoot.
Emphasize how historic this season was for Harden offensively. With a minimum of 50 games played, Harden's 36.1 points makes him the third highest scorer of all time, trailing only seasons from Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain. He had a streak of 32 straight games where he scored at least 30 points, which trails only the streak of Wilt Chamberlain. Harden also averaged 8.1 more points than the closest competitor that season, which was Paul George. The only player to have a greater margin to win the scoring crown was once again Wilt Chamberlain in 1962 and 1963. He also led all players this season in three-pointers made and in overall win shares. His 378 three-pointers made in a season is still the second most of all time. He led his Rockets to a successful 53-29 record, and when you consider all of the skills he displayed this season, in combination with all of the history he made, this will certainly remain as one of the greatest MVP snubs of all time. Number 8. Oscar Robertson in the 61-62 season. Imagine leading your team to a winning record, averaging a 30-point triple-double over the course of a season, which no other player had ever done before, and you only finished third in the NBA's MVP race.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make this fair? Oscar Big O had a triple-double, 30, basically 31, 11, and 12 on 47% shooting, and he didn't win the MVP, and his team was successful. Let's see what happened.
That's the insanely unfortunate circumstance that Oscar found himself in at the end of the 1962 season. Other than several seasons by Russell Westbrook, this was the only triple-double average that the league had ever seen, as he finished 5th in scoring, 1st in assists, and 9th in rebounds, as he led his Royals to a 43-37 record.
So he finished top 10 in 3 categories, and he didn't win the MVP.
Number 7. LeBron James in the 17-18 season. This season, Cleveland dealt with almost every form of team drama imaginable, as injuries, personnel changes, and chemistry issues plagued the team throughout the season. Despite their troubles, LeBron found a way to carry his Cavs to a 50-32 record for the 4th best record in the Eastern Conference. He did it with averages of 27.2 points, 8.6 rebounds, 9.1 assists, and 1.4 steals on a very efficient 54.2% from the field. What he went on to do in the playoffs was absolutely incredible, and if the postseason was included, this 2018 campaign would be ranked even higher. But without it, it's just good enough to make the 7th spot on my list. Number 6. Hakeem Olajuwon in the 92-93 season.
I agree. LeBron had a remarkable season. I think without that 18, that they didn't have Kyrie. I don't believe. They just had K-Love. He had to carry more of the load. You feel what I'm saying? But that's a regular stat line for LeBron. 27, 8, 9. That's why he's so great. That's why he's such, you know what I'm saying, all around. He's, you know what I'm saying, especially offensively. That's why he's so great.
It was the season before the Dream started collecting his championship rings. But from an individual standpoint, you could argue that this was the best version of him that we had ever seen. as he put up insane all-around numbers of 26.1 points, 13 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1.8 steals, and 4.2 blocks on 52.9% shooting. His quick hands and dominant rim protection earned him that season's Defensive Player of the Year award, and the voting wasn't even that close on that one. Charles Barkley was the winner of that season's MVP award, but that was mostly due to the Suns' best record in the league, and not because of his superior production, because Hakeem certainly had the edge in that aspect. Let me put his all-around dominance in perspective. This era was absolutely stacked with big men, and was probably the strongest era of the center position that the game has ever seen. Regardless of that fact, among centers, Hakeem was first in scoring, second in rebounds, third in assists, first in steals, and first in blocks. Combine that with the skill and artistry.
So basically, he finished top 5 in every statistical category, offense and defense, and among big men. So basically, Hakeem was the best big man in the league. I mean, you saw how he used to do Shaq. I saw the Magic versus the Rockets.
In which he did it, and it's definitely one of the greatest MVP snubs of all time. Number 5, Kobe Bryant in the 05 to 06 season.
I was waiting.
The Lakers finished this season with a...
I was waiting on it. I was just sitting here waiting on it. I believe that might be... I think the Michael Jordan one probably going to be the greatest snub of all time. But Kobe, I think this Kobe one should be higher, bro. It should be definitely a top 3 snub of all time. But it is a top 5 snub of all time, bro. There's no way Kobe shouldn't have won this, bro.
45-37 record in a tough Western Conference, which is almost never enough wins to earn an MVP award. But I would argue that these Lakers had no business winning that many games in the first place.
Did you hear that, bro? They had no... Bro, listen to what I'm saying to you. He won 45 games in the best conference with teammates like this. No disrespect to Smush Parker, but teammates like this. Do you even know who this is, bro? Without me just saying that name, would you even know who this is? If I just sent the picture to you, like, look, they go Kobe Bryant, and you know who that is. Real Laker fans or real Kobe fans know who that is. But if you a casual, you don't know, you know, oh, that's Kobe Bryant. I don't know who that is. He had about 5 of these niggas on there. Smush Parker, Sasha, Melvin Dinko, Sasha Vujacic, nigga, Lamar Odom was his only decent teammate that could really ball. Besides Lamar Odom, bro, they should have been in the lottery, bro. They should have not even made the playoffs. That's why I give Kobe so much respect for that year, bro. Those 2 years that he was making the playoffs, dragging bombs. Outside of Lamar Odom, he had straight G-Leaguers, bro. I'm not going to say bums, because anybody who make the NBA is not a bum. But straight G-Leaguers, bro. Come on, bro.
Outside of Kobe and Lamar Odom, the Lakers who started the most games were Smush Parker, Kwame Brown, Chris Mim, and Luke Walton. To simply say that Kobe carried this group would be an understatement on a biblical level. On the year, Kobe averaged a league-leading 35.4.
So he basically averaged 35, 5, and 5 almost. With almost 2 steals a game. Shooting 45% from the field. The fact that he's shooting 45% from the field, being his only team's offensive option. Lamar Odom was an offensive option, but he's the main offensive option, and he was playing defense. Come on now, bro.
Points, 5.3 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 1.8 steals on 45% shooting. When Kobe put up 35.4 points per game, he did it during one of the lowest scoring seasons in NBA history, as teams were averaging only 97 points per game.
What part of that don't y'all get? They wasn't hiking up. They wasn't scoring 110, 115 points. 97 points a game is a team average. One of the lowest scoring NBA years. And he putting up 35. Damn near almost put up 36.
Which means Kobe equaled 36.5% of a team's average in points that season. That's the greatest percentage of offense since the NBA merger in 1976.
You heard that, right? I want y'all to hear that. All you Kobe Bryant haters and all that shit like that, that is the greatest. Let me hear him say it again.
Not only was percent of a team's average in points that season, that's the greatest percentage of offense since the NBA merger.
The greatest percentage of offense since the NBA merger. That means Mike, Jordan, Wilt. Well, I don't know. It might not be Wilt, but all of them, bro. That's why I'm telling you, 06 Kobe, bro. Bro, trying to tell you, 06 Kobe was a menace, bro. And if he would have had at least two good teammates, he had Lamar. If he would have had like one more good teammates, if he would have had some adequate role players, if he would have had a Trevor Ariza or Ron Artest and all that earlier, they would have beat the Suns. You feel me? And he could have made a deep run, bro. People want to say he this, he that. Nigga, that year, he had to take all the shots. He had no choice. They was not going to make it to the playoffs if Kobe was passive and then go in like he did.
1976. Not only was he a one-man show on offense, but he was the best defender at his position as he made first-team all-defense. Kobe is the only player in league history to officially average over 35 points per game while also making first-team all-defense in the same season.
Wow. So he's the only player to average 35 and make first all-team defense. Come on, bro. Stop. Top 5, bro. Stop playing with him, bro.
Throw in his iconic 81-point game, 55 points and a half, and 62 points in 3 quarters, and I'm very comfortable putting this season in the top 5. Number 4, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the 72-73 season. Dave Cowens of the Boston Celtics was awarded that season's MVP in large part as a reward for their 68-14 record. Kareem's Bucks had an inferior 60-22 record, but by just about every individual metric, he was on a level above Cowens, as Kareem put up 30.
This is what I'm saying. This is why I say records. Oh, this is really a snub. If he beat him in every statistical category, right? Cool. But they won 60 games. How you can't give it to him? He's the better player on just... They won 60 games too. That's what I'm saying, bro. The record should matter to an extent. You can't just give the best team with the best player on it the MVP, bro. You can't do that, bro. That would be equivalent to like giving... That would be equivalent to like giving Chris Paul the MVP this year because Phoenix had the best record.
0.2 points, 16.1 rebounds, and 5 assists on 55.4% shooting. Blocked shots were not officially tracked until the following season, but over those next 7 years, Kareem averaged 3.5 blocks per game, so it's probably fair to guess that his average was around the same this season. He was by far that season's leader in both win shares and in player efficiency rating. Maybe voter fatigue played somewhat of a part that season, as this would have been Kareem's 3rd straight MVP award. But no matter how you look at it outside of the team's record, he was easily the greatest player that season. Number 3, Larry Bird in the 87-88 season. Michael Jordan won the award in 1988 and had arguably the greatest MVP campaign of all time. And unfortunately for Larry, he had his personal greatest season that same year, and with this same performance, Larry would have won the MVP in 95% of the other NBA seasons. He led his Celtics to the 1st seed in the Eastern Conference with a record of 57-25. On the year, he averaged about 30 points, 9.3 rebounds, 6.1 assists, and 1.6 steals on 52.7% shooting.
Damn, that mean that nigga Jordan and cost Bird an MVP. He averaged 30, 9, and 6 on 1.6 steals and 52% from the field. Now, that's impressive because Larry Bird was a shooter. So that means he was
This was among the most efficient seasons of all time, as Larry had well over 50, 40, 90 percentages, which only 9 players have ever done in NBA history. And other than Steph Curry in 2016, no one has ever averaged more points than Larry did while eclipsing 50, 40, 90 percentages. This perimeter efficiency wasn't without volume, as he was 5th in field goals attempted and 4th overall in three-pointers attempted.
Now, see, this is great. This is what you call efficiency, like real efficiency, like taking it to the hole and shooting.
As far as the regular season goes, this was the very peak of Larry Legend's powers. Number 2, Michael Jordan in the 88 to 89 season. Magic Johnson certainly wasn't a bad choice to win the MVP in 1989, as he put up strong numbers and led his Showtime Lakers to the best record in their conference. But this was also one of the best versions of Michael Jordan that we had ever seen from an individual standpoint, as he poured in 32.5 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2.9.
This was the year I think they had him play point guard. That's why he had averaged 8 assists and 2.9 assists. I mean 2.9 steals. God damn, 53% shooting. This is why Michael was just like a mythical character, bro. This is why Michael is the GOAT. He's just even the season he don't win MVP, it's probably better than any season that probably 90% of the players that had 32.5 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. This is when he was playing point guard, showing you that he could play that.
Steals on 53.8% shooting. In the final third of the season, Doug Collins moved Jordan to the point guard position. During that time as the point guard, Jordan had a streak where he had 7 straight triple-doubles and 10 triple-doubles in 11 games. That 7 straight triple-doubles is a streak that's only been eclipsed by Russell Westbrook and Wilt Chamberlain. As usual, Jordan was also the best defender at his position, as he made first-team all-defense.
What did we hear that about before? Kobe. He was the best defender at his position while averaging 30 plus and having 36.5% of his team points. That lets you know, bro, them niggas is joined at the hip stylistically, bro.
On the year, he was first in win shares, first in player efficiency rating, and first in plus minus. There's almost no aspects where he wasn't dominating the opponent this season. Number 1, Wilt Chamberlain in the 61 to 62 season. The top spot comes as no surprise, as Chamberlain's greatest season featured averages that would be difficult to eclipse even in video games. Other than a game where he was ejected by the ref, he played in every single minute that regular season, and he destroyed his opponent on a nightly basis, as he averaged 50.4 points, 25.7 rebounds, and 2.4 assists on 50.6%.
This is why I'm saying, like, if we just talking stats and doing averages, Wilt is the greatest of all time, bro. 50, 25, and 2 assists on 50% shooting, which was easy for him because he was bigger than everybody and taller than everybody. But nobody is averaging 50 points. That's why I say Kobe's 35 or Jordan's 37 is more impressive. Just to me, because they were smaller. They were guards doing this, bro. And they had to do majority of it from the perimeter and mid-range. You know what I'm saying? From the 3 and mid-range. They slashed and got to the hoop, but they had to do majority of it from the mid-range of the 3. But Wilt was a beast, though. He was a beast.
Shooting. No one else has ever averaged over 40 points in a season, and Wilt Chamberlain eclipsed 50. Also, no one has ever averaged as many rebounds as Wilt did this season. I could go on and on, giving incredible facts about this season, but the truth is, it would take too long and isn't completely necessary, as the majority of Wilt Chamberlain's greatest achievements came from this season, including his 100-point game in Hershey, Pennsylvania. We don't have his official blocks averages this season, but based on the fact that he later averaged 8.8 per game in his twilight years, there's a real possibility he averaged double-digit blocks this season.
Why you just do Bill Russell like that, though?
To go along with his other goofy numbers. Despite being on a less talented squad compared to the other teams atop of the league, he was still able to lead his Warriors to a 49-31 record, and as a result of all of this season sits comfortably as the greatest non-MVP season of all time. Do you agree with the list? Is there any great season?
I like that. I think he should have put Dwight Howard on there, and Kobe in 07 should have been on there too. You should have definitely put Dwight Howard on there. Curry, 2021 Curry, where he just averaged 32, shooting over 50%. I think he's averaged 32, 6 and 6, one of those. 2021 Curry, definitely put him on there. Definitely got to put him on there. Yo, man, but this was a really good video, and I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. This was the top 10 MVP seasons of all time. Pretty good list. Yeah, this was Hendo, and we out.